What's up, vaqueros, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about ranked play. Now, ranked play is an interesting thing because that's where you really go to sweat. I mean, that is where your booty sliding all over the place and you were jumping around corners like crazy and you're trying to do the best you can. Now, when it comes to using a shotgun in ranked, generally it's kind of weird because the ones that are really reliable, like the MX Guardian and the KV Broadside, even though they're weaker, they're super easy to use. Those are banned, of course. So all you have access to are the Lockwood 300, the two pumps, and the Expedite 12, so your options are kind of limited in that sense, and these are very high risk, high reward. But I'm kind of happy about that because these shotguns are still good in the right hands, and so what I'm going to do today is show you guys two loadouts you should try in ranked play because these are really top-notch shotguns, and I think you should definitely give these a try if you're looking to sweat your nuts off in ranked mode. The first loadout we'll talk about is my tried and true Bryson 800 class. This has become one of my favorite shotgun builds overall, and in ranked mode this is going to be very effective. Now this one I am using the Bruin Warrior grip because unlike the other grips, this one does give you some nice hip fire accuracy, but it doesn't hurt your aim down sight speed quite as much as the other grips. So with this particular one, I'm focusing on hip firing and aim down sights at ranges, so I tend to use the Bruin Warrior grip just for a little bit better aim down sight speed. But this build has a great hip fire potential. Its time to kill isn't really good, but that's not what these things are for. If you're using a pump action, you're not going to get a great time to kill. Instead, you're trading a really reliable MP5 for something like this, which packs a serious punch in one or two shots, but you have to finesse. And if you're a good player, you can make some serious work of this shotgun. Someone like Pieman, they can do ridiculous things with this shotgun. It's not a bad shotgun. It's just you have to be so good, and it is so unforgiving that a lot of people don't use it. But if you're looking to try something in rank that's a shotgun, this is probably your best bet just because of how damn serious it is and how much of a punch it really packs. Now, as an alternative attachment, you can use something like the Demo X50 Tactical Pump if you want a little bit faster rechamber speed, but I think in ranked, you're probably better off using something like the grip simply because that time to kill difference is probably not going to make a huge difference in ranked because, I mean, you're just kind of dead overall unless you really hit your shots and you're moving around quickly. And I honestly don't think that the time to kill boost is really worth it in this case. I would just stick with a grip. You can swap out that Bryson choke too for one of the suppressors if you want more range, but again, I don't advise it. The choke keeps it nice and tight when you're hip firing and jumping around, which is just so mandatory with this gun. I find that one of my best things to do is to kind of shoot someone immediately as my shot is done. I dive towards them, or not dive, but I jump towards them at an angle and I turn my thumbstick to aim back at them, so it kind of catches them off guard. It's you shoot once, jump as close as you can to them and close that gap and get your second shot. Super unforgiving but incredibly fun, and that's what it's all about. The next shotgun, which I think in my opinion is probably the best runner up of the shotguns, is the new and improved Expedite 12. Now you probably didn't expect that, did you? But this thing, after this update, after the recent buffs it's gotten, it's just a great shotgun now. It's maybe not the best, but is seriously strong because it combines really strong firepower up close with a great fire rate up close. And even though it's really inconsistent and kind of bad at range, it has potential, and the potential is there. It's just that it's very unforgiving. So this is focused on really being fast, getting up close, and having a tight hip fire spread. So as you can see for this one, we're using some similar attachments like the Bryson choke, Point G3P, and the Bruin Warrior grip. That stock is also going to help with your mobility. It's going to hurt your recoil a little bit. This one is one that you don't want to be caught really far away and trying to hit your 3 shots with this. It's really not going to work super well because the visual recoil is so bad. Instead, with this one, in ranked mode specifically, well, just in general, I guess, you really want to focus on closing that gap and treat it like sort of a hybrid pump action. You want to get really close, shoot one, duck into cover or something like a pump action, get your second shot, and get your 2-shot kill. That's really the important thing with this one, is getting your 2-shot kill. The fact that you can spam it is sort of the cherry on top, but you want to be closing the gap and getting 2-shot kills with this. And the 2-shot for this is about 4.1 meters or so. And the really nice thing is that your time to kill, if you can hit 2 shots consecutively, is 400 milliseconds, which is just straight up ridiculous. That is so fast compared to some of these SMGs. But of course, it's really unforgiving, and it doesn't shoot so fast where if you miss a shot or two, it's going to be okay for you. No, generally, if you miss your 2-shot, you're probably going to die because your time to kill goes way up, and all of a sudden it turns into like this awkward pump action time to kill, which you don't want to be caught with in a 1v1 gunfight. Instead, like I said, with the pump action, you want to maneuver well. You want to be in and out of cover, shoot once. If you see my gameplay, I kind of shoot once and get into cover and maybe let them challenge me. That's what I do generally with this shotgun, and it works so well because, man, 200 damage a pop up close, that is ridiculous. And for how fast it shoots, that is also ridiculous. So I love this thing. I love how it's been after the buff. So definitely give it a try in ranked and let me know what you think about it. So those are my two favorite loadouts that I would recommend you guys trying out in ranked mode. There's other recommendations I can make, but these are really, in my opinion, the best of the bunch. The 890 is still super solid. I mean, it's not like these two are just head and shoulders above the rest. It's just that, in my opinion, they're more interesting. They have a lot of damage potential, and they're really good. So that's why I picked these two in particular. But you can use the Bryson 890 if you want. It's still a solid shotgun. Don't really recommend the Lockwood 300, even though it's a demon for 1v1s, simply because it's ranked, and you're going to be running into people like squads quite a bit. So I would probably recommend these two over the others, in my opinion. Also, if you're using a shotgun in ranked, you're probably not taking it super seriously. I'm going to be honest, because if you're really playing and you're really trying to rank up, use an SMG, use an AR, bam, you're good to go. This is if you really want to challenge yourself, get the sweats in your lobby, and see what you can do against them. This is the stuff that you want to use for that kind of scenario. I really don't recommend shotguns at all if you're really trying to level up. I mean, let's be honest, they're just so unforgiving compared to all these SMGs and ARs. I really don't recommend it, I promise you. But if you're looking to challenge yourself and have some fun, go for it. These are really great builds, and if you're a good player, you could even make these work super well in ranked. Don't write them off. I know they're kind of funny. They might seem a little trolly. They're not. They're still super strong. Just be warned, they do take quite a bit of skill compared to a lot of guns that you're probably used to, like SMGs like the Lockman and the ISO. This is a different ball game. So with that being said, guys, I want to know down below in the comments, what do you guys think of these builds? Do you have one that you prefer using in ranked over the other? Do you like the Lockwood 300? Do you think it's actually really good? Or do you wish you could use something like the KV Broadside? And with all that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.